Hello there, Star Wars fans! Episode 2 of the new Star Wars show Skeleton Crew aired on December 2nd as part of a 2-episode premiere. We did a breakdown on episode 1, so I highly encourage you check it out. After watching the first 2 episodes back to back, I was pleasantly surprised with the premiere of this show. While episode 1 was my favorite out of the 2, I really enjoyed the adventure beginning so quickly, and that episode 2 was our first leg of the journey for our young characters. Episode 2, titled Way Out Past the Barrier, was much shorter than episode 1, so we'll be able to break this down quicker. However, episode 2 gives us much more insight on what might be going on with our character's homeworld, At Attin. The mystery gets more intriguing and stakes get much higher. But before we continue, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you're new, so you never miss what's going on in your favorite galaxy far, far away. We start the episode at the exact moment where we left off in episode 1, with a ship on autopilot and the kids entered hyperspace at the end of episode 1. However, it looks like the ship fell out of hyperspace prematurely. We know from the last episode that the kids have never seen stars in person before. They don't know about anything that's beyond the barrier, and they definitely don't know how to pilot their ship, the Onyx Cinder. So this is where we get introduced to the pirate droid SM-33, unmoved and dormant for at least a few hundred years. You can tell he's from a different era. When I saw him, I thought of Huyang, the droid who assisted the Jedi since their inception with all the lightsabers constructed in the Order. You can just tell that these droids are from the High Republic era. They have a different look to me that just doesn't fit with the droids we've seen in previous projects. All the kids blame Whim for everything that's happened up to this point, and while they're mostly correct, none of them are blameless. Curiosity kills the cat, except for Neil. Neil is perfect and can't do anything wrong. But regardless, Whim did push the button and lied about it. Fern convinces SM-33 that she killed the captain due to SM-33's programming making him have to serve a captain. A ship must always have a captain. Fern was characterized to be a Princess Leia type character, and with the way she takes charge, I definitely feel that they're nailing that. But next is where we learn a little bit more about the mystery surrounding At Attin. Fern asks SM-33 to take them back home, but SM doesn't know about At Attin. He doesn't have anything about it in his memory banks. Even though their ship came from there, it's almost as if the planet doesn't exist. SM-33 mentions some other planets from his memory banks: Atollon, Al-Alcor, and Aldhani. Atollon is the planet from Star Wars Rebels where we meet the Bendu in Season 3, and Aldhani is the planet from the show Andor where we saw the spectacular cosmic event, the Eye of Aldhani. So they are truly lost in the galaxy with no way home. SM-33 suggests going to a starport he knows, where they can get all they need to fix the ship. Shifting back to At Attin, we see Whim's dad asking 2 security droids for help. They say that it's a violation to go past the barrier, and that the kids leaving on a starship is impossible, since starships can't fly through the barrier. So another hint at something off with this planet. I guess that makes sense now why all the vehicles we saw are on tracks. Now the planet is so cut off from the rest of the galaxy. When the Onyx Cinder comes out of hyperspace, we enter into the yard of Port Bogo. Weirdly enough, this looks very much as its legend's description. Maybe this version of Borgo was also a colony of the Rakata. Seeing that it's a pirate port, we see the ship from the siege in the beginning of the first episode. As the ships move through the others, none of the cannons aimed at them fire. As the kids enter the port, we see that the ferryman is a teak. This is a species that was first introduced in one of the Ewok movies, Ewoks: The Battle of Endor. But to me, the most interesting thing is when Whim hands the teak credits for the service. Even though he doesn't speak basic, you can tell how surprised he is by the credits. The logo on the credits is definitely from the Republic, but these don't match the credits from the Old Republic era. But I wouldn't be surprised if they change that, because technically Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic is Legends. I know this is Star Wars, but Port Bogo reminds me of nowhere from Guardians of the Galaxy. So many aliens right off the bat. It's nice that this show really shows that. I felt that so many Disney projects have been light on aliens. Of course, the kids get separated, and they don't go unnoticed. And pretty quickly we can see that. While this place has some interesting aspects, it's definitely dangerous and not safe for kids. Fern and KB get pulled to the side by an adult Thelan female named Melna, and this is where we get another mention that At Attin is something made up, or at least is not believable by those not from there. Melna thinks the girls are making up a story and they need to come up with a better one than that. We then catch up with Whim and Neil. After being given unappetizing food, Whim and Neil are confused when the owner asks for payment. Whim finally hands him one of the gold credits his father gave him for lunch money. Right away, the owner's expression changes. He's amazed by the single credit and immediately asks Whim where he got this. Once he realizes what he has, He then tries to swindle the kid into giving him more, clearly showing these types of credits hold immense value, and the kids have no idea the value they're possessing. Another patron quickly thwarts the owner's ambitions, exposing him for trying to cheat the kids. Stealing the credit, the kids are asked how they got a mint condition Old Republic credit. And what's truly interesting is that according to the subtitles, the O in Old Republic is capitalized, same way it's capitalized when people refer to the established era, the Old Republic. This would have taken place over 1,000 years ago. So now the mystery of when At Attin cut itself off from the galaxy goes even deeper. While the Republic logo doesn't match the Old Republic one, as I stated earlier, it seems this show might actually make more of the Old Republic era canon. In current live-action canon, one of the big Old Republic era mentions was in The Last Jedi, mentioned not by a character's line or anything, but from the visual dictionary, showing that Luke's necklace had a kyber crystal from apparently Darth Revan. The book states it's a fragmented Sith lightsaber crystal, but it didn't belong to Luke or his father. It's recovered Jedi Crusader pendant, which refers to only one corner of Star Wars canon, and that points to Revan from that time. So can Skeleton Crew be another door opener into the Old Republic era in canon? I hope that possibility exists. And this ties back into At Attin's mystery again. When Wim and Neil explain to the pirates where they are from, everyone laughs at them. The pirates make fun of them and Wim and Neil need to make a quick getaway, as the pirates want to rob them for more of their valuable credits. Vern and KB also make an escape from Melna, and before they escape, Melna tells them that At Attin is a lost planet of eternal treasure. As the kids get cornered by Vane and the pirates, SM-33 comes to protect them. SM-33 again reminds me of Huyang here. Like Huyang, SM-33 has a combat mode and can fight really well. I like that these old droids can handle themselves in different situations. Seems droids from the prequel era, and after, aren't developed in the same way. However, R2-D2 and Chopper break the mold, and kick some butt too when they have to. The Shistavan Brutus we saw in episode 1 now seems to be the captain of the crew, and here he mentions that no one else should have been able to find the port. He's confused by the kids being here, but also that the cannons didn't take them out. So another mystery added to the fold. What is the history of the Onyx Cinder? Who was its captain? The Onyx Cinder definitely must have been of some importance back before it crashed, for it to know the coordinates of Port Bogo, but also to not trigger the defense system. Now held captive in the brig, the kids combine what they know from the experience. They finally realize that something is up with their planet, and that it's a place surrounded by legend of having untold riches. And we finally get to see Jude Law's character, Jod Na Nawood, come into the picture. Shackled and being a bit creepy, he offers to help them escape, but as long as he can come with them. He then uses the Force, or at least so it seems, to grab the key from the jail cell. When Wim claims that Ya is a Jedi, he doesn't deny it and asks if he can keep it a secret. Ya's a character I think we'll learn a lot about, and I don't think he has good intentions. He definitely overheard the kids discussing that they're from At Attin, and I bet he wants those credits. Well, that's all for today from your favorite galaxy far, far away. What'd you think of the episode? Share with me in the comments below. I want to know what you think. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel so you can see the episode 3 breakdown and the future videos we post here on the channel. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you always.